Hey everyone, my name is Everett Proctor. I live on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and here's a bike check of my 2024 Yamaha YZ250. This is not the X model, this is just the regular YZ250, but I do have quite a few Enduro-like modifications to this bike. So starting at the top, I've got the Acerbis X Ultimate handguards. These are one of my favorite handguards. I really love the look of them, as well as the top mount. So if you have a tip over, they don't get caught on your clutch, your brake lever, and break off. I don't run the full wraparounds. I like the flags the most, just for personal preference. I've heard horror stories with the wraparounds, as well as if you hit a tree or bump into anything, it's a really abrupt kind of hit on your bars, instead of with the flags where I feel like there's a little bit of give, where you can tap into something and kind of correct it, and it doesn't knock you off balance as much as wraparounds. I run the stock handlebars, clutch, brake, levers, and perches, and I run the ODI soft compound grips. I have just tried out the new Thrill Seekers bar bag, and it has been awesome so far. I really enjoy it for grabbing a quick clip, for putting my snacks in there, or if I'm going for a quick after work ride where I don't want to bring a full backpack. It's been great. Coming down to the front, I'm trying out the new Dunlop AT82 front tire. I normally run that MX34 from Dunlop and love those tires. This one just seems like it's a little bit softer compound, a little bit taller knobs as well. So I'm super excited to try that out. I just put that on tonight, so I have no feedback yet. Going into that tire, I do run a heavy duty tube in the front as well as the rear. I'll go into the rear a little bit more when I get there. I'm running the stock rotor, stock caliper. My suspension front and rear is revalved and resprung for my weight and my riding style. I'm 188 to 190 pounds dry. I have it a little bit stiffer than stock. It's just a personal preference, but it is quite progressive. It's definitely more on the side of hare scrambles, cross-country riding, than the strict hard enduro where you want a much softer setup. I have been thinking about going to two different bikes and having one set up for strictly hard enduro and one for the cross-country XC pit riding. But right now, this bike is a Swiss Army knife. It does everything very well, but nothing perfectly. Going past the suspension, I run the Acerbis oversized fuel tank. It does widen up your shrouds slightly, but it does hold a lot more fuel. I've run about a 3.5 hour race and I did not have to fill up once, which was an awesome time saver. Going back to my seat cover, I have a Gripper custom Thrill Seekers seat cover. It has great grip, and I just love the looks of the Thrill Seekers covers. Going down into this side, I do have a Boysen clutch cover. I do not have a Boysen clutch in this bike, it's just the OEM one. The OEM clutch cover, I busted it off a rock, so I just replaced it with this one. I really love the look of the black. Coming on to the other side, I do have a 10-ounce flywheel weight on this bike. That is one of the good enduro modifications that I've done to this bike. I'm running the stock shifter, foot pegs, and stock exhaust. I have shortened the silencer by about 2 inches. It is quite simple to do, and it sounds a bit better and looks a bit better in my opinion. Going into the rear tire, I typically run the IRC JX8s, the IRC IX09s, or the Shinko Cheater 525s for my 18-inch rear wheel, which is purchased off of an X model. I just bought the full wheel from the dealership. It came with rim tape on, bearings packed, a sprocket, and a rotor. I just needed to put a tube and a tire on it. That has been by far the biggest upgrade for this YZ250 for enduro riding. A proper gummy tire and an 18-inch rear wheel, so you just have more sidewall, has been a huge, huge help. Right now I'm running the IX09 because it's winter on Vancouver Island and it's extremely greasy out there. So this is one of the best tires for conditions that you need the most grip you can. I do run tubes in front and rear. I'm running the heavy duty tubes. I have been thinking about running the tubeless Moose up in the rear, but I just haven't tried one out yet. I've been thinking also about a drilled Moose, but I just have never run those. I'm really comfortable with the heavy duty tubes, and I've had really good luck with pinch flats. I run about 15 PSI in the front most of the time. I find if I dip lower than that, I run the risk of a pinch flat, and I get good traction with that. Sometimes if it's a slow hard enduro day, I'll run it down to about 12 psi. In the rear, if it's a faster pace or kind of a cross-country day, I'll be running in anywhere between 12 and 15 psi. If it's a hard enduro day or the terrain's gonna be more challenging, I run in between 8 and 10 psi, and I get a lot of traction with that. I do, like I said before, I do want to try moose or the tubeless moose combination, where it's like a half moose cupping the tubeless. I rode a KTM 300 when I was just away with one of those systems, and it really impressed me. Going into the gearing, I'm running the stock 1450 gearing on this bike. I run the Renthal Super Sprox, where it's the twin wall, where it's aluminum inside, steel teeth. Same with a steel front sprocket, just for longevity. My chain is the O-ring chain. I just find they last a bit longer and are better quality. I am running the 1450 gearing, which is stock for the YZs. This does have the close ratio transmission because it is the motocross model. I don't know what the best gearing would be for the X model, but I believe they come fairly good from stock. I'm pretty sure that's everything on this bike. Once again, the rear is a stock rotor, stock caliper, and then I do run a rear rotor guard as well. I don't run any type of rotor guard up front. I have had that hit before, so that would probably be a good idea, but I just personally have never put one on. That, I believe, wraps up my 2024 Yamaha YZ250 build. I've put just over 100 hours on this bike so far, and it's been a wonderful bike. It does everything extremely well and is about the most fun bike you could ever have. I think it's not great at any one specific thing. If you can have the option to have a hard enduro bike and a cross-country motocross endurocross bike, that would be the best. But for having one bike that can do everything extremely well, I believe the Yamaha YZ250 is the best bike for the one bike do it all, and to have the most fun on two wheels. It can do everything great. If I missed anything, please leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to make another video or to respond to you answering your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first real talking video and going through the breakdown of my dirt bike. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.